you are ready for a life-changing experience, sign up for our course today, Diversified Game Academy. Get prepared and purchase at diversifiedgame.com.
Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
Make sure you pick up my two books that's in Amazon right now. The first one is Passive-Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy. And I talk about in that particular book how the system of white supremacy really runs and on our daily lives here in America. In our latest book, 7 Steps to Decolonize the Mind, we go through those steps to try to deprogram you from the system of white supremacy. Make sure you can pick up those books on Amazon.com.
Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
At African Diaspora News Channel, we cover stories that don't receive mainstream attention, and we serve as the voice to the global Black community. We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media, connecting the African diaspora one story at a time.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us on the stream this evening. It is November 18th. Next week, Thanksgiving will be happening, so I know a lot of you will be off. Tyler just joined us. Shout out to Tyler. I hope y'all, I don't know if y'all get some of that bathtub collard greens from Vice President Kamala Harris's house. She got them bathtub collard greens for y'all. Maybe y'all can ask her for the recipe if she can post that online. How she make them bathtub collard greens. That'll be something new for Thanksgiving, right? Shout out to Vice President Kamala Harris. Hope she's doing well. So tonight, we're going to talk about something that AIPAC has said in the video. And it's not so much about AIPAC we're going to talk about tonight, because AIPAC is doing what AIPAC is supposed to do. We're going to be talking about these black politicians in our community and why nothing never really gets done for the black community with these black politicians. Because we have so much representation. When they talk about, I want somebody to look like me, we are overrepresented in a lot of places in this country politically. And notice nothing changes for black people. Nothing. Nothing at all. Why is that? Well, we're going to talk about that tonight. Hope y'all weekend was good. Hope your weekend was good. Mine was straight. I actually had a chance to go see the Venom movie Sunday. I've been meaning to see that. I've seen the other two. I just haven't seen that one. So, it was good to go see that with the family and everything. And I know everything else that, the weekend was, I hope it was good for everybody. Now, next week for Thanksgiving, I don't know if y'all not speaking to family members or whatever. Now, I know on this platform, we don't promote that stupidity and that crap. If you got a family member that tied up into the Democrat Party, yeah, just tell them stay at your house with that. We go over here talking, eating, we doing whatever. In black families, we even fist fight. And we're like, man, you want some turkey, man? That's how it always been in our families. We don't care. We fight, go off on each other, roast each other, whatever. We put that mess to the side like, hey, man, you want some cake? We don't be tripping about that. That's how black families really are. We don't get so mad about put it like this. How the old people say, we don't get mad about white folks' business. Let's call it in the day. Democrat and Republican is owned by white people. No matter how passionate any of you are about them. That's white people's platforms. That's white people's political parties. We don't own it. We don't control it. We don't. So, like the old people say, why you getting mad at each other behind white folks' business? Right? And that's really how we need to go back to. That's why you hear me sometimes quoting the old people a lot, because the old people made a lot of sense. The older I get now, the more I'm thinking about what I've been told over the years and seeing why they just kind of said certain things that they said, because it was just simple and it was to the point. And the problem is with a lot of you black folks today is you really took this inclusion stuff and integration stuff really to heart, more than what you should have. And you're kind of looking silly out here. You really are. You're looking very silly. It's kind of like, yeah, massa, we sick. That sort of thing. That's how some of you are acting out here. So just calm down. I'm not going to divide my family over no doggone white folks' business. It's just not going to happen to me. Yes, we vote in elections. Yes, we got our interest in what happens here and there. But I'm not getting mad at my family behind what they feel their interests are for whatever the reason. Don't care. You my family. Not dividing with you over white folks' business. Just not doing it. So that's how it is. And if you are dividing, then you probably need to go figure some things out somewhere. Probably need to. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as a lot of you are coming in, a few more things. The Ethiopia trip, let's talk about that. This guy, I was asking about that today. Those of you who are going on the Ethiopia trip, there's some people who are behind on payments from what I've seen, or at least what I was told. Remind people, please get caught up on your payments on that. That's coming up in March, really right around the corner, because you know how quick time passed. Every time I look up on the stream, a day is always passed. And like I said, we are at November 18th. We'll be at January 1, 2, and 3 before it's over with, right? This time just, so, that. If for some reason you say, you know what, man, I can pay for it. Y'all can pay for that thing right now. Or I can pay for half of it up front or whatever. If you like to go, send us a message, and say, hey, I like to go to that after. I'm going to take my wife or I'm going to take whoever. And send us a message on the website and we can give you information if you would like to go and say, hey, man, I can do it. And I know how some people are. The holidays are coming. And I know how some, don't get broke the holiday season, please. Don't do that. Them kids and whoever else you're buying gifts for. Like my grandma said, you got to eat next week. Don't go into credit card debt. Don't spend money you don't have. Just don't do that. Like I told my kids a long time ago, you get stuff all year anyway. Why in the world I'm going to get all tripping about one day out the year? No. So don't get in debt. All right. So let's go ahead and get started here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's we got to start off Monday right. And then when we say it's Monday, then we all got to start off Monday the right way. Where's she at? I always got to start off Monday with the super mayor. So let's go and get Tiffany in here, and then we're going to get started.
Hey, guys, it's Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor.
Y'all forget I am the leader. They want to hear from the mayor. If y'all ain't learned that yet. The mayor, not the trustees that don't do nothing, that only run their mouth. Y'all don't do no work.
What is that?
No comment. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Y'all black. Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
So this is what it's all about, guys. They don't want a black person in power. They don't want a woman in power. If you ain't seen that yet. And someone so young. Everybody got to understand, God give you what you can handle. That's what God give you. He ain't going to give you more than that. As long as you can stay the course, fight the fight, and keep going, that's what we're going to do here at Thornton Township.
Clerk, what are you doing? You out of order. You out of order. Did I call the roll? Did I say call the roll? I'm still speaking. You're out of order, Clerk Key. You out of order, Clerk Key. Like, stop. Y'all out of order. Everybody want to run stuff. Y'all don't run this house over here. Stop, please.
So now you have to listen in order to learn. Remove her. That's what all the hate is all about. It's all about your super mayor became too powerful too quick. So rare, so unique, and that's what everybody got power. It's all about control. And I stand in the fight because I want the boys and girls of the next generation to see what it looks like to come out of controversy and to come out of all the hatred unscathed. At the end of the day, God gives the test to his strongest soldiers. Throughout all the controversy, throughout all the drama, all the naysayers, all the haters, and I see some of y'all in the line. Let me flip the camera around so you can see them in the line. Whoop, there she go. Look, right there, right there. Whoop, that part. But they'll tell you that. Then they get in a little hate group. But you in my line, getting food, your kids out here bouncing in a bouncy house, you on the skate rink, all that. To actually stand in a fire while doing it, and guess what? Doing good and looking good too at the same time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was your super mayor Tiffany Henyard, and yeah, Tiffany look like she's fun to be around. I just wouldn't put her around the money, but she seems like she cool people, you know. So let's go ahead and get started here. Let's go ahead and get started, ladies and gentlemen. You say it should be good for YouTube? Yeah. You give it a Tiffany Henyard podcast, and I think she'll be great. You know, she can rack it up. More money probably when she's making it as a mayor. All right, so we're going to get to talking about something AIPAC said tonight in a video. And AIPAC is the American Israeli Political Action Committee. They, give money to Democrats and Republicans, both of them, to advocate for the state of Israel. Now, they're probably the only group that can do that in America, because anybody else would do that. They would say they would have to register as a foreign agent, the type of things that they do. But the American government allowed them to not register as a foreign agent, but everybody else would have to register as a foreign agent, right? Or go to jail. So we got to make sure that's just the truth. Now, we want to play this video, and it's about black politicians, and that's really my concern. I don't really pay attention to what AIPAC do. My attitude is not my people, not my problem. It has nothing to do with us. Don't care. That's not what I do. But let's listen to what they said with AIPAC. Just real quick, and we got to talk about our black politicians, like why they don't do nothing for us, why, they're there, right? But nothing happens. So let's go ahead on and cue this up real quick. Let me go find the clip. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and cue this up. Listen closely.
So I think you know that AIPAC is both a grassroots organization and also a leadership empowerment organization. So a particular concern to us are not African Americans, but those African Americans that will be part of the Congressional Black Caucus, those African Americans that will be governors, those African Americans that will be part of the cabinet of successive administrations. And we have been rather successful in identifying young, emerging political leaders, sometimes when they're in their teens, sometimes when they're on college campuses, sometimes when they're just getting into state politics, and sometimes when they first emerge as congressional candidates. AIPAC built a relationship with Barack Obama before he was a president, before he was a presidential candidate, before he was a U.S. senator. We built a relationship with him before he was in the Illinois State House. The relationship we built with Sarah Palin was before she was mayor. The groups that we are most excited about bringing to Israel for the first time would be the national, state, and local leaders of the College Republican National Committee and the College Democrats of America. And the fact that we bring them to Israel together, lock them in a bus, don't let them come down from the top of Masada until they understand the importance of working together, may be one of our only hedges against the breakdown of bipartisanship that we're witnessing today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to hear the whole thing what the gentleman had to say from AIPAC. And I'm going to play this again, not the whole thing, but it's just a part that one part I'm also concerned about, or what we need to listen to. So let's go ahead and play it again and just listen very closely. I'm going to stop it at certain points.
So I think you know that AIPAC is both a grassroots organization and also a leadership empowerment organization. So a particular concern to us are not African Americans.
Okay. So you said, listen, our concern isn't the black community and what they got going on. He clearly said that. They're not worried about us whatsoever. I want to make sure we putting that out there. They're not worried about us as a group. But as you continue to hear, what they are concerned about is making sure they can spot and cherry pick those among us that's going to be in any kind of political leadership. Why is that? Why get to them young? Why get to them before they actually get really developed politically? The thing is they have to try to, the best thing they all do, it's not just AIPAC, it's all of them. They have to separate you from your people. Because if you can't take a politician that come from the grassroots and say, nah, bro, I'm fighting for my community. The Democrat Party would never put money behind anybody who's going to fight for black people. The rule in politics for black politicians, you can't punish white people and you can't help black people. That is the two rules for black politicians. Period. Definitely you can't help black people. You better not even think about helping black people. You can help immigrants, migrants that just came here yesterday. You can do something for LGBT. You can do something for anybody you want to. And I'm going to even say you can't even do a whole lot for black immigrants either. Maybe you can give them a little bit, but you better not be really giving them resources like them Venezuelans been getting. Look, if you really look at those shelters, look at who really getting all those resources. It's not the African immigrants or the Caribbean immigrants. It's the ones from Venezuela and El Salvador and all of them. Y'all really pay attention to that. It's not the black immigrants getting all those resources from the Democrats. But let me go ahead and continue this.
But those African Americans that will be part of the Congressional Black Caucus, those African Americans that will be governors, those African Americans that will be part of the cabinet of successive administrations. And we have been rather successful in identifying young, emerging political leaders, sometimes when they're in their teens, sometimes when they're on college campuses.
All right. So he talked about your Congressional Black Caucus, how they want to know who's going to be in the Congressional Black Caucus, and definitely they want to focus on the people that's still there right now. Okay? That's their focus. That's who they want to work on. Now, we know the Congressional Black Caucus is an entity that has not done a freaking thing, and not to say another word, for Black America. They haven't done a thing. They have not advocated for a bill for Black Americans. They haven't said, hey, we're not voting on a single bill in Congress unless you put up this anti-Black hate crime bill. They never said we're going to protest any other bill you have if you don't do something about reparations. They won't even come out as a group talking about reparations. They won't say a word about reparations at all. They are the most do-nothing group that we see. But we'll see the Congressional Black Caucus talking about what AIPAC want them to talk about. We'll see the Congressional Black Caucus talking about immigrants. You're going to see the Congressional Black Caucus speaking against Trump and mass deportations. Watch. Because they were doing that the last time when Trump was in office. Oh, that's wrong. He deporting all these people. Oh, it's wrong. But they don't say nothing about black people. Prime example. Look at how Sonia Massey was killed. Where was the Congressional Black Caucus? Where were they at? Every time something happens to a black person, they're quiet. They don't say anything. They got this big group of do-nothing black politicians who are only there to keep the status quo. What's the status quo? Keeping black people at the bottom and the folks at the top. And making sure that we don't collectively rise to even catch where the folks is at. Not even halfway catch them. They're there to suppress us. You got to understand, on the plantation, they elevated some black folks on the plantation to make sure that the collective group of black people didn't rise up against the master on the plantation. And they made sure they were there to watch them. Hey, they tell master of anything going on with the black folks, making sure black folks stay enslaved. Sure, he may get or she may get, maybe they get to stay in the house, or maybe they get a little bit better food or a little bit better treatment. They're not getting beat no more. They may get better clothes or whatever. They're still a slave now, but they just treat a little bit better in captivity than the rest of them. So their only job is to make sure you keep the rest of the group oppressed. Make sure they don't do nothing wrong and your position is safe. And when I look at the Congressional Black Caucus, I look at them no different than Stephen from Django. That is the Congressional Black Caucus. That's the majority of your black mayors. That is Barack Obama. That's all of them, right? Their position is to keep you at the bottom and you don't get a thing. Show me where the Congressional Black Caucus has fought for black Americans at any level in modern times. Show me. Send me the video, because I haven't seen it, where they all stood on business for black people. The only time they come out and say something about black people, unless the Democrats say, okay, you can say something about that, because we can use that, so go ahead and say something. They sitting up here, they bowing down to the Democrat Party. This doesn't make sense. But when the Asian caucus get together, they can get a hate crime bill. And that same Congressional Black Caucus all go vote for the hate crime bill that benefits the Asian community. That's the interesting part. They don't fight and say, hey, wait a minute, hold on. Black Americans need to be put on this too. So why they on here? We need to be protected? No, they say nothing. It don't matter where they come from California to New York, don't matter. They do not stand on business for black Americans. Period. And that's our biggest problem. Our biggest stumbling block in this country as black Americans is the Congressional Black Caucus, your black mayors, your black state reps, your city council members who don't do nothing for black people. You talk about gentrification. A lot of gentrification happened, and y'all got black mayors, and it's happening right under. Y'all talking about gentrification, and you got black city council members that's allowing it to happen. They getting their checks. They good. But you getting gentrified out of your own neighborhoods with a black mayor. How is that supposed to happen? But notice with that same black mayor, them folks not getting gentrified out of their areas. Nothing happens to the Asians. Nothing happens to the Hispanics. Nothing happens to the East Indians. Nothing happens to the Arabs. But with a whole black mayor, that you thinking, because this is why I want somebody looking like me to be in office, it don't work anymore. Because how many people we got that look just like us to sell us out every freaking day? They all are on that. Well, hey, I'm going to keep the status quo going. I'll get paid. My family is taken care of. But the trade-off is I got to keep black Americans at the bottom. That's the trade-off. Excuse me. That's the trade-off. And that is completely wrong. What happens to black Americans with these politicians? And then to add insult to injury, they not only don't do nothing for us, they think we stupid. Because now you're seeing all the fallout with Vice President Kamala Harris and all this money they gave to celebrities. And when I'm hearing these numbers that's being thrown around with these celebrities, what's the most offensive thing I ever heard in my life? You really thought by giving money to Oprah Winfrey, that was going to get black people to vote for you? You really thought giving money to Megan Thee Stallion, Glorilla, Beyonce, whoever else you gave money to, you really thought that was going to get black people to come out and vote for you? See, they don't even have respect for us at the same time. They got respect for AIPAC. They got respect for everything that the Democrats want to do, but they have no respect for, and y'all have to understand, let me pull up this picture last night I had put up. Hold on, let me get back to this. Give me a second. All right, because sometimes it's easier to look at things with pictures, more so than words. Just give me a second. Give me a second. I want y'all to look at something. And they all look the same, too. Let me see. Hold on. Where is it at? Where is it at? Hold on. I just had that last night. It was out of images. Here we go. Okay, cool. Here we go. Perfect. All right. Let me get this off of here. Give me a second, y'all. All right. Boom. This is a Congressional Black Caucus, right? Out of Essence Magazine, at essence.com. All right. I want you to look at this group of people on here, right? I want you to just really look at this group of people. This group of people up here is supposed to be fighting for you, fighting for me as black Americans, right? And we don't see nothing happen out this group of people. Look how many people this is standing here. Imagine, ladies and gentlemen, if all of them was on unison fighting for black issues. Imagine if all of them really took to the, say, hey, we're going to go to all of the brothers and sisters, let them know what's going on, how they trying to undermine the community, how they trying to do this, how they trying to do that. This is what bills we putting up. Hey, man, speak up about this. Hey, man, do this. Y'all help us out so we can do this and that and the third. No. And the majority of them are tied to the boule. Let's call that what it is. And I know some people may not like when I go there. Some people may think, oh, he's anti-college educated people. I'm not against people that have a college education, okay? I have a bachelor's degree. So why would I be against someone that has a college education? I'm not against people that have a college education. What I'm against is y'all join these fraternities and sororities. Y'all separate yourself from the community. Y'all get in these positions and y'all don't do nothing. But when the Hispanics get in this position, they do something. When the Asians get in these positions, they do something, right? The East Indians get in position, they do something. But y'all want to be up here with photo ops, boule dinners, luncheons, and everything else that y'all doing, and y'all don't stand on business for black people. Y'all don't do it. All y'all do is this group right here is keeping the status quo going. Because first of all, if this was really a Congressional Black Caucus, this woman right here, Ilhan Omar, when she ran her mouth and talking about she's here to defend Somalia, oh no, you gotta go. You gotta go. You're not here to defend no Somalia. You're here to defend the black community. You're in the Congressional Black Caucus, sis, right? So you want to go do that, go start a Somali caucus over there. Shout out to Somalia and Somalis. I ain't got nothing against y'all, but you're not going to come over here talking about you're going to defend Somalia. That's just not going to happen. And then little comments she's made in the past about black Americans, no, right? Anyway, the main dude right here, Horsford, he's Caribbean. You know, and he's talked about immigrants and all. Like, listen, that's the problem. Listen, you live in America, sir. If you want to advocate for Jamaica and all other things, well, look, brother, go over there and be in the parliament and do your thing. I support you. Fight for the Caribbean people in Jamaica and any other place you're from. But when you're here, you're supposed to be advocating for black America. If you advocate for black America, then black immigrants will benefit. They always have, and they always will. So you got to focus on black America. But this group of people do nothing for black folk. I don't want to hear about, well, Maxine has done this. Maxine probably has done some individual things. Just like Sheila Jackson Lee, may God rest her soul. She's done some individual things to people here in Houston. Many people have talked about it. But Sheila Jackson Lee, when she was alive, She did not do anything you could say, okay, man, Sheila really changed Black America. No, she didn't. And this group of people haven't changed anything either. And they all Democrats, all of them, every bit of them are Democrats. When other Black people wanted to join, right? I think Byron Donalds wanted to join. He's a Republican. They said, no, you can't join. And I'm like, well, if you're supposed to be a Congressional Black Caucus, why can't Byron Donalds join if that's what he wants to do? I don't think I would accept Republicans and Democrats in a Black organization. I don't care if you're independent, Green Party. I don't care. We're Black people. We don't divide from each other based on no dumb political party. We are Black, right? But that's what they own, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So let me get back here on the screen. So that kind of pisses, it just really pisses me off. I'm just be honest with you. It really pissed me off because we got all this Black representation and we get nothing. Nothing. We get nothing. How is it the migrants just came across and the migrants is jumping, leapfrogging Black folk in cities you've been in with Black males like Chicago? You've been having Black males. You had Lori Lightfoot, you got Brandon Johnson, and you got Venezuelans getting houses over you. And yet you can't even get a house. But you got somebody that look just like you. Lori Lightfoot look like you, and Brandon Johnson look like you too. That's why I can't stand all that. I want somebody that look like me. But let's get to this other part where I want to finish this off, and then we continue.
Sometimes when they're just getting into state politics, and sometimes when they first emerge as congressional candidates. AIPAC built a relationship with Barack Obama before he was a president, before he was a presidential candidate, before he was a U.S. Senator. We built a relationship with him before he was in the Illinois State House. The relationship we built with Sarah Palin was before she was mayor. The groups that we are most excited about bringing to Israel for the first time.
Okay, so they said that basically they identified Barack Obama. They built a relationship with him way before he even got in any position. So basically Barack Obama was groomed to be in these positions. If Barack Obama was somebody that stood on business, they were like, huh, who are you? Were you advocating? Like, I mean, well, I got to try to fix my community. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, nothing against you, but I'm just trying to fix my community. See, Barack Obama would have never seen the light of day if you'd have said that. You understand? One thing I noticed about politicians here, and I've had people say, Phil, why don't you do some public office? No. Because may God rest her soul, Shirley Hussar told me something, and what she said is just the truth. I had to accept it. She said, if you want to run for any politics in America, you got to run as a Democrat or a Republican. That's where the money's at. And you run third party, you're wasting your time. You think because unfortunately, she said at the time, unfortunately, the American people is not really ready to go third party and get third parties on ballots and really just break the two-party system. They very good at keeping the people voting on the two-party system. So if you're going to run, you got to run it as a Democrat or a Republican. That's the only way you're going to get the money, because you got to have a lot of money to run. And we see in this election, you had a Jill Stein and all that. It's not like people say, I'm ready to break the two-party system. Let's all go vote third party and break the system. No, y'all not ready to do that. Y'all still want to be Democrats. You still want to be Republicans. Even though Democrats and Republicans have shown they're not for the people like that. Both parties have really shown that as a collective. So it's not just Barack Obama, but it's all your Congressional Black Caucus. It's your mayors. It's your in your local city. They all do that. You can look at places, no matter, choose a city. Black representation, you get nothing out the deal. But the folks are living great. You know what? It's like, I'm liking it to. South Africa. Now you say, Phil, why are you mentioning South Africa? What this got to do with South Africa? Has a lot to do with South Africa. Because you can have a majority black city in America and black people are struggling, but the white folks are doing great in that city. Just like I've seen in South Africa, where you got majority black people in South Africa. You got the Boers. And the Boers are doing a lot better in South Africa than the rank and file black person in Soweto. But they got a black government, though. They got a majority of black people. They got ANC. Some of those black politicians in South Africa make sure the folks stay good, but the black people are suffering. Same way you take it here. You got the black politicians making sure the folks stay good, but black people are suffering. I don't know what it is with y'all. I told y'all that's a global thing I noticed with black folk. You black politicians, I don't know what y'all told from here to South Africa. Do not mess with the privilege of the folks. You take care of the folks. You make sure they good. And when it comes to black folk, you ain't got to do nothing for them. Forget them. The only time y'all listen to black folk is when black folks say, all right, enough is enough. I'm tired. And then when they start breaking stuff, that's the only time y'all listen. When black folks try to talk to you nice and work with you and say, hey, brother, come on. Hey, sister, come on. We need to do this and that and the third. Oh, man, my hands are tired. Oh, man, I'm trying. You know, Obama. Every time somebody asks Obama to do something, well, my hands are tired. Oh, man, Mitch McConnell, he's stopping me. All this, all that. There's always an excuse why you can't do nothing for black folk. But Barack Obama got DACA done. You remember that? Trump was trying to break DACA, and he couldn't even do it. Deferred action of childhood arrivals. He did something for the immigrants that even Trump and Republicans haven't even broke yet. They've been trying. But yet he couldn't do nothing for black folks, but he did something for the immigrants. He did something for them. And then he want to come up here and wag his finger. Well, you know, the brothers don't want to vote for. Like, what? Why didn't you do nothing for the brothers when you was in office, sir? He did nothing for the brothers. He wagged his finger so many times at the brothers, talked down to the brothers and the black community. I'm not the president of black America. I'm the president of all Americans. We know that, fool. But I get why you said it, because you grew up with your white mammy. You didn't grow up in black America, so I get it. You're a white man in the mind. I get it. At the time, we didn't get it, but we get it. You have to understand where he was reared, how he was raised. He grew up with a white mammy. His white mammy can't teach him to be a black man. He didn't even grow up with his Kenyan pappy. At least if he grew up with his Kenyan pappy, he would have had at least a Kenyan upbringing. I would have took that a lot better than him just growing up with his white single mother and his grandmammy. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got the problem we got with him. So we have not had a black president as of yet. When I say black, I mean from our lineage, from our community, from our soil, that grew up with a black mama, black dad, black community, went through all the things that we went through in the black community. We haven't had that yet. And when Morgan Freeman talked about that, they ridiculed. Remember Morgan Freeman had said that? We haven't had a black president yet. Oh, and they condemned Morgan Freeman for saying that. How dare Morgan Freeman say that? But if you go back to listen to Morgan Freeman when he said that, does it make sense now when he said that? I know y'all remember when Morgan Freeman said that. Yeah, he didn't see, you know, like I said, that like what's it say, Ashley Ateen say he felt he transcended race. Now, a black person from the soil, no, you never transcend race in this country. You cannot say, I'm transcended that, I'm above race. Listen, if you are a black American, you know good and well, no matter how high you go in this country, them folks look at you as a what? I ain't saying put in the chat, but you know good and well, they look at us as ninjas in this country. No matter how much money you make, if you made $100 million a year or you made $100 a year, don't matter. To them, you're a ninja, point blank. And anybody that come up in our lineage know that. And we move accordingly. It don't matter if you make $1 billion. You still a ninja in this country. Period. And they love to break you. They get a kick out of breaking you. Puffy. Maybe Jay-Z next. They love to break you. Oh, they love to take every dollar you ever got. Oh, they love to take it from you. I see the same pattern. It was Bill Cosby, ruin his legacy, put Bill Cosby in jail. You know, you could bring up so many women that you don't even remember. You know what I'm saying? You don't have no DNA evidence, no nothing, and people can just sue you and get your money. People can lie on you and get your money or whatever. Then you look at R. Kelly. R. Kelly wasn't even brought to trial for no underage girls. That's not what he was brought to trial for. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the time to get R. Kelly is when he was doing that. But no. Okay, so now you got R. Kelly. Fine, you broke R. Kelly. Now you own Diddy. You know Diddy was doing things for years. Y'all let him do it. But now, since you say, okay, it's time to break him, so now you're going to break Diddy. Now you're going to take all his money from him and get him too. They look. That's why I always tell people, like, man, if you make a certain amount of money in America, you need to leave. You need to leave, bro. Leave with your money and don't come back and say, man, I'm living over here. I am so cool. I am so cool. Because it don't matter how much money you make in this country. Remember what we talked about earlier. You're a ninja, right? And they're going to treat you like one. So if you even get a hint of, man, these people trying to circle around me, man. Hold on, bro. I'm out. I'm out. I'm taking everything and I'm gone, bro. I am out. I don't want nothing to do with it before they really sink their teeth into me. I'm gone. Let me go. I'm done. I got a whole fortress over here in this country over here. I'm cool. I got my beachfront property. I am so great. I don't need to be here with them. Yeah, Russell Simmons. Yeah, Russell Simmons knew. Russell Simmons saw, oh, you about to Bill Cosby me. Russell Simmons say, up. Russell Simmons was out. He left. Oh, he running from this. He did. Hey, man. Russell like, y'all not about to lie on me because he was next. Chris Brown, brother, you better go too. Because I'm telling you, Chris, you next too. They already put out a documentary about Chris. Chris, sell that house in California, Chris. Sell it. Bruh, move somewhere, Chris. Get out, Chris. They coming for you, brother. If anybody know Chris, get this message to him, brother. They gonna try to get you. I'm warning you. I see the pattern. First it's a documentary, then it's gonna be some charges. Brother, go. Get your stuff and go. You can tour all over the world. Do your thing, but get out of here, brother. Please. No matter what lawyer you hire, you're not gonna beat them. They're after you, brother. You know, Eddie Griffin told y'all that they're not letting none of you leave that industry clean. He told you. Eddie Griffin warned y'all too. And shout out to brother Eddie Griffin. Y'all brothers got to be smart and know what y'all dealing with. This system loves, they'll give it to you and they'll take it all away and make you a public spectacle. And I'm just seeing this pattern happening constantly to black men. But where's all the white rock and roll people that done the same things or worse? Why Tommy Lee ain't been brought in? Where's all them guys? Every time I look up, it's some brother. And the black politicians, once again, don't say nothing. They don't say, hey, wait a minute, hold on. Why is it black mayors are getting charges, all this? What about these white ones? Wait a minute. How is it that the mayor in Jackson, Mississippi, Mayor Lumumba, how he got some charges, and then Mayor Adams got some charges? How come these black mayors keep getting charges? How come these black musicians keep getting charges, but nobody else committing crimes, just the black ones. If we really had a Congressional Black Caucus that stood on business, they would be speaking up about that. But they're not saying nothing. They're quiet. That's why I'm saying they're there to keep the status quo going, because they love to take down black mayors. Like what was the brother doing that was positive? Because if you start doing good for black people, they're going to try to do something to you. Even let's go back to Andrew Gillum. They was investigating Andrew Gillum too. What was he, the mayor of Tallahassee, right? Andrew Gillum. You know, Andrew Gillum was this close to becoming the governor of Florida. He was really that close. It was a very, very close race. He almost became the governor. Yeah. Tupac mama's right. Tupac mother is 100% right. And speaking about Andrew Gillum said something recently. I want y'all to hear exactly what Andrew Gillum said, and I'm gonna ask y'all a question after I play Andrew Gillum. Let me cue up something Andrew Gillum said. Listen to this, Andrew Gillum. Let me cue this up on the screen. Listen to what Andrew Gillum says.
Through the nature of his work and the fact that they were saying that straight black men don't have a home in the Democratic Party. And you then consider the significant loss of black men younger, black Latino men younger, and white men younger who philosophically are not identifying as conservative. They're just looking for a home.
Well, Andrew Gillum says something that we've been preaching for a while, right? Haven't we been preaching that here? That the Democrat Party is not a place for straight black men? And Andrew Gillum say they told him in Atlanta the exact same thing, that the Democrat Party is not a place for straight heterosexual black men who are traditional family men. Seems like that message is getting out there. Andrew Gillum is literally repeating it. That's interesting, right? That is very interesting. Oh, yeah. The Dan Schneider guy. Yeah, where's his federal charges? But so let me tell you, brother, something by hearing Andrew Gillum say that. And oh man, it's a whole lot they said in that episode. Ooh, wow, I could even do a whole podcast of what they said in that episode. Jesus Lord. The Democrat Party. Black folks are done with y'all having these politicians not do nothing for black folk. This is why we don't care if white folks vote them out, replace them. We don't care at this point because we had y'all and y'all haven't done nothing for black people. Then y'all start getting this misandrist attitude toward straight black men who want to have families, protect their families, their communities. The Democrat Party has literally tried to turn black women against black men. It's not the sisters just acting that way. No, it's the Democrat Party that's tried to turn sisters against the brothers. Now, a lot of sisters have seen through that. A lot of sisters haven't done that. But a lot of the Democrat Party tries to do that because I told y'all the Democrat Party is racist. And I really want to get into that racism of the Democrats actually with that episode I just saw. Because I watched that episode. Angela Rye and Tiffany Cross literally was pointing out their racism in the Democrat Party. They just didn't call it that, but it was literally racism that they're dealing with even with that party. And let me tell you something, Angela Rye, Tiffany Cross. Sisters, listen to me. That party don't like you. That party don't like Andrew either. That party don't like me. They don't like us like that. They have proven that. The Democrat Party is the party of the Ku Klux Klan. They've never gotten away from their anti-black roots. They just refined it, but they never got away from it. Y'all think having a position in the Democrat Party means they aren't anti-black. Well, the Republicans are the Republicans too. Yeah, I'm with you. The Republican Party as a whole is not advocating for black empowerment. That is the truth. This is why I've always said we don't join Democrat. We don't join Republican. We need to be politically independent. Black independence. We vote how we feel we need to vote based on what we need independently. Because the Democrats and the Republicans are both in agreement with maintaining white supremacy. They both want to make sure that the racial wealth gap stay where it's at. They both want to be sure to keep you at the bottom. They both in agreement that they should stay in charge forevermore. They don't want to share power with you. They both in agreement. They don't believe in true equality with you. They don't. They'd rather raise up other groups, but never you. They both in agreement with that. Democrats and Republicans. Do not ever get so caught up in them. I don't like him because he's a Democrat. I don't like her because she's a Republican. Y'all a fool and a half if you think them folks don't get along. They get along just fine. They get along. Trust me, they get along just fine. As long as either party do not threaten white supremacy in this country or abroad, they are fine. That's why I don't tell y'all, hey man, let's go join the Republican Party because forget these Democrats. Let's go over there. No. We need to be politically independent. Now, we can have conservative ideals and leanings, yes. But no, I'm not going to sit up here and say I'm going to grab a MAGA hat and no, Because, okay, well, if we're going to make America great again, cool. Let's make America really great again and let's start talking about these reparations. Let's make America really great again. Let's start talking about an anti-black hate crime bill. Let's start talking about that too. Hey, okay, you mass deportations. I support that because that's going to help open up some black jobs. So I'm cool on that. I don't feel no way about mass deportations because my people are not going to get deported. So remember, not my people, not my problem. So I'm not worried about it. Go ahead, Trump, do you. Anything that's going to benefit black people, I'm down for it. I don't care what party it is. If you're doing something for black people, I'm down. Because some people try to say, oh, he's a Republican. You're a lie and the truth not in you. When have you seen me go out there and join the Republican Party? Just say I'm going to the Republican. But you know what? I would tell you this. If the Republicans do invite me to go to some event and say, hey, we'd like to present something this for black people. And could you come over here? Could we like to present this? I'm going to go listen. And if the Democrats say, hey, we got something for black people or whatever, you want to come listen? I'm going to be over here with the Democrats too. I will be in both. If they invite me, I'm in both. I will be with the Democrats. I will be with the Republicans. I'm not joining neither. I want to hear what you got. That's the best way to negotiate. You don't sit up here and say, well, I'm just going to join the Democrat Party. And then now I'm not getting nothing because I'm a member now. Same thing with Republicans. I'm not getting nothing. So no, I'm going to be in the middle. You want something from me? Y'all both come holler at me. And let's see which one of y'all got something. And if y'all don't have nothing, okay, cool. I got a couch. So I'm not worried about it. Do not sit up here and neglect the Democrats or the Republicans when they're trying to offer you something. Look at it, what you're offering. Read through it. Make sure it's not no BS. Make sure it's not no minority thing or whatever. And okay, it was cool. Okay, Republicans, that's what you got? All right, we'll make that happen. We'll see. Oh, Democrats, that's what you got? Okay, well, make sure Democrats make sure. Listen, because I don't have no permanent anything. I have no permanent friends, no permanent enemies, just permanent interest. And that's what we have to be as black Americans. So one minute, the Republicans may be good for us to vote for. The next minute, the Democrats may be good for us to vote for. It could turn around again, be Republicans, Democrats, it don't matter. Which one is going to do good for us in the long run, economically. I look at mass deportations as an economic thing because these people in here are eating more food, which drive up the prices. These people need places to stay, which creates more of the housing crisis. These people using gas, which drives up prices. They need clothes, drives up prices. So yes, mass deportations definitely will benefit Black Americans. Most definitely. I'm not for no black folks talking about, like, I think I seen Boule Martin the other day talking about, yeah, these mass deportations, trying to say it's going to happen to Africans and Caribbeans. Man, no, it's not. No, it's not. And some of them it may happen to, but I guarantee you it's going to be this much compared to them other ones. Don't you sit up here and let people like Boule Martin say, you see, look at the African immigrants and Haitians, and look what they going to deport them. Some of them will get deported. You're right. But I promise you, the ones who hear the most in the millions isn't Haitians. It isn't Nigerians. It isn't Ghanaians. It isn't Jamaicans. It's the Venezuelans. It's the people from Guatemala. That's the people who've been in them caravans. What caravan have you seen with 8,000 Haitians? And then the one caravan that did have a lot of Haitians, did you see how the media acted about that? I never forgot that. They had them Haitians down there on the border in Texas. The media lost their last mind. You've been having all kinds of people from Venezuela flooding this country. But the moment you had some Haitians down there, they lost their freaking mind. If it was every time you look up 8,000 Haitians showing up in droves, that man, please, Biden and them would have had new laws already. Yeah, horses and all that. Yeah. When have you seen them on horses getting at these other people? When did you see that? And that was under Biden. That wasn't even under Trump. That was under Biden. He's supposedly so friendly with immigrants, but unless them immigrants are Haitians. Then all of a sudden, no, y'all can't come in here. Biden been a freaking racist. He been a racist. And I can't believe y'all voted for that man. But anyway, ladies, let me go ahead and clear this off of my screen up here. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for joining us. I got to wrap this up. Thank y'all for joining us on the not podcast, but the live stream tonight. We really appreciate it. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. The like button is very important. It's free. It don't cost y'all no money to hit a like button, right? Make sure you return tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, for our live stream. We also have other content on Emancipation Media. That's our other channel. I do a lot of my shorter news reports on Emancipation Media. I know Demetria is over there as well. Sister Alexandria is doing reports over there right now as well. Also, of course, the podcast, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. And if you're all into entertainment and other internet type of stuff, relationship type of content, then that's on the Phillip Scott show there. I don't discuss politics, so don't even bring politics over there, because I tell people I will block you out that audience if I catch you bringing politics. I don't hear nothing about no politics. I do enough politicking here and a bunch of other my platforms, right? I need to break from politics at times, right? So I like to have fun, talk about things, but hey, just being in my uncle mode, talking about what people doing in these relationships and marriages and dating and all kind of other things, right? So thank y'all for listening. Make sure you download the African Diaspora News Channel app, Google Play and Apple App Store. Once you do that, hit create account, then choose monthly, quarterly, or yearly. All of that helps support the show completely. We appreciate you joining us, and make sure to join us 10 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight on the Phillip Scott Podcast.